This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Hey, this is Ahman Green, Green Bay Packers all-time leader in Russia. Bill, the Packer fan and Packer owner, Nick. They run a website for Packer news and updates, and I know Packer news hasn't been so great lately because we got some players that are not Packers anymore that you loved at one time, but you might hate a little bit right now.
Two great running backs. We have a competent offensive line.
He's saying that he felt in November and December that they didn't want him back.
Get a little safety in that position. Either we go.
There's no reason to believe we can't return, but.
And they already came out. There's a couple guys that came out and said that Rodgers is telling what
solution of it, and don't let them go for anything under than one.
And you know what, Packer fans? The Bears still suck. So go Pack Go, and good luck to Bill and Nick, their website, and their Packer news. Talk to you later.
It's a lot easier to come in and skip doing mop-up duty, but he threw the ball off. He kind of looked like Aaron Rodgers the way he was throwing the ball sidearm and just flicking the ribs, and the ball was just jumping out of his hand. Agreed.
Hey everybody, this is Gerhard de Beer, former Green Bay Packer offensive lineman, and you're watching Frozen Tundra Network with Bill the Packer fan and Packer.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Frozen Tundra Network. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good, man.
It's Friday, man. It's Friday. And tomorrow, the pads comes on tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. We tried to get it in today, man, but the CBA said no. The way.
Hey, what I'm excited about is Xavier McKinney getting his first interception.
Yeah,
bro. A lot of interceptions going on in camp, bro. Stokes is lighting it up. Oh my God.
Stokes is with Rashawn Gary just unstoppable. You can't even,
Wow. Yeah, who's this new guy, Evan?
But
that guy, he had himself a pick or two.
Yep, Evans, yep.
The other safety behind Bullard. I mean, holy smokes, bro. I mean, either Clifford just the worst quarterback in all hell, or our defense is really playing good.
We're shuffling our offensive line, and we're shuffling out the offensive line quite a bit. And this defensive line, man, it's gonna be nasty, man. I'm telling you.
The defense is definitely.
Yeah.
Everybody who says we're not going to have a top 10
the way
defense.
It sounds, it's hard to run against this defense too in their camp. This defense is fucking for real, man.
I was going to say Jacobs did have a good day today, but yeah, it's been some tough sledding for them.
Yeah.
Our defense could end up being the stars of the season. Now, granted, it's only preseason and early camp, but
it's camp. It's fucking camp.
What I'm to talk about.
No, don't be surprised if this defense is a hell of a lot better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I just like the nastiness. I like hearing that it's nasty. I like hearing that the guys are fighting.
Giving it to the offense. I mean, just going backboard chattering. Actually, had to come over and had a group of guys say, "You guys got to mellow out a little bit, man," because it was getting pretty fucking chippy, man.
Who cares? Let them play.
I was going to say, you think it's getting chippy now? Wait till we get to the joint practices.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow the pads comes on, so we'll see what goes on now.
It's to ramp up,
yeah. I'm actually thinking about maybe Sunday I might run down there, man.
There you go, bro.
Check it out.
Look, you get comments, Norton. It's Ken chiming in, asking about the Diva.
Oh, yeah.
But he likes your background, bro. He likes it.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
I told you, it's nice, bro. I like it. I like the new background. I said the same thing when he pulled it up. I'm like,
now that Tua is done, I'm hoping that it's done in the next couple of days here.
Yeah.
I like to see it done by middle next week at least,
Hey, nice. and with Tua only getting 53.1, that might mean that will be in between them and Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a colossal deal. I mean, maybe he's not. I don't really care.
You need to go and bring some of that backwoods moonshine to Love and Goody. Have them both drink it, and by the end of it, we'll have a contract signed.
What I need to do is get those guys in a room and don't leave this room until you get the fucking deal done. There's a padlock.
Yeah. Just Just like they do for the Pope. They put him in a room and they wait till he burns some paper.
Yeah. Get it done, man.
Get it done, bro. Burn a $50 bill. Let us know you signed it.
You'll get nothing until it's done. You want food? Get it done.
You want to eat?
No water, no nothing.
He's like,
take that room out.
Hire him out, man. Make him sign.
Yeah. Dorn, what's next if that doesn't work? Are you going to start waterboarding them too?
Gonna have to, man. Gonna have to. Gotta get done by tomorrow.
That's it. You tell them, Yoli. This is a show.
That's hilarious, bro.
But hey, Carlson finally missed a kick today. Carlson actually missed a kick today.
Yeah.
He's 11 for 12 so far.
Oh, what was it? Hit the
outer. Yeah. The wind kicked up, I guess, right before that, but it can't be no excuse, man. But first,
I was gonna say it's been a hell of an improvement from last year.
But that Joseph, he's also 11 for 12. He's pushing them, man. Joseph's 11 for 12 too. But the other dude, he's like
we have a kicker contest going on in our fucking. I cannot believe it.
That Turner dude, I think he's 8 for 12.
Yeah, he missed a lot the first day. He missed 2 the first day.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You see who's in there? Look who's in the bed. Look.
Who the hell invited you?
Tua signed for 212, really. I was watching Deadpool.
Oh, you didn't see that? Oh, yeah, you didn't see that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we went and saw Deadpool, by the way.
Do not speak a word of Deadpool. Do not.
Good movie.
I will shut you out of here myself. Do not speak it.
All I'm going to say is it was a good movie. You guys will enjoy it.
That's all I want to hear. That's perfectly fine because I believe it is going to be a great. But when I saw the cast members, I was like, oh my god. I saw the cast members. So I'm like, it makes me want to see it even more now. So that's why I say.
It was. I went with the boy. We went and we enjoyed it. It was very enjoyable.
I bet it's good too. I bet it's real good. Man.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun movie. I don't know if it resolves any questions. You might have more questions, but that's what the whole thing. It was fun. It was good.
Yes. Don't say no more until we see it. Then we can all talk about it. We'll have a little jam session about it.
It was a nice break from camp football and contracts and nice little distraction.
Yeah. Plus, actually, it's going on right now. The Olympics, man. I'm a big Olympic guy.
The opening ceremonies were today, right?
Yes, right now it's going. It's been going since 6:30. 4 hours long tonight.
Yeah.
Well, it takes a long time to introduce all them countries, bro. And did you see Snoop Dogg walking with the fucking Snoop Dogg? Fucking Snoop Dogg was walking through Paris with the goddamn torch. Fucking Snoop Dogg, bro. That's our representation for the United States, bro. Holy shit.
But I will give one movie spoiler just for John Dorn. There is a Wrexham pool.
Who has time to watch movies? I don't watch movies.
There is a Wrexham pool. That is all I will say.
I don't even watch TV much. The only time I watch TV,
you knew they were going to do it. Come on, he owns the damn team. Of course, he's going to team in the movie. There is a Wrexham pool, though.
Well, I got NFL station on 24/7 pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't watch. Otherwise, that's all I watch.
Even the news. Now that Tua's done, how much was Tua? 50 said it was 53.
Yeah, 53.1.
Oh, was it 53?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like 212. Came out for 4 years.
Hey,
it's like
the third highest or something like that.
Yeah, hopefully that means we can slide Love right in between.
So if that's what Love was waiting for, man, I don't even know, man. That's nothing. I mean, bro.
Hey, maybe we might be getting news Monday, hopefully.
I mean,
I wouldn't say it's nothing because it's a good chunk of cap, right? Yeah, what's the cap right now? 250.
Yeah, but they're even saying that we have enough to cover his cap at 60 and still sign someone else. They're talking about signing another piece. I saw an article on
Jolie,
I'm like,
I know. We got to talk to Mike. He's been on top of roofs. Like Mike, for those who know, Mike took a promotion at work, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like we've all heard this. Oh yeah, don't worry. This won't take up more of your time. You'll still be able to get out when you need to get out." Guess what's happened? Yeah, so that's supposedly getting fixed. But I know Yoli. I got to talk to Mike about that. When he's around, I barely even see Mike.
I'm sure he's on. I talked to him earlier. He said he's doing a bunch of stuff this weekend. So
yeah, he's been super busy. So get a hold of Mike right now is like getting Jordan Love's contract done yesterday. Really hard to do.
I do have sweatshirts that says same old Lions on it for $24.99.
$24.99. That's the John Dorn special.
Yeah, $24.99.
Comes with the membership to the John Dorn fan club.
Actually, it's 24.7 cents. 24.7 cents. 24.7.
With Tua going for 53, so if they can slide, like you said, Ken, in between 48 and 53, that's probably a good number. But if it goes north of that, we get into this morning's conversation.
I think it'll be between 53 and 55.
Yeah, that's what I think it is too.
More than Tua?
Yeah.
It's tough. That's tough, man. I mean, look, I get what you guys, where you three are being Packer fans. No, I get what you guys are being because it's your guy and you're fans of your team. I get where you're at. But trying to look objectively like what everyone else in the league will even say and, other team fan bases, it's like, I don't want to revisit this morning's conversation too much, but I mean, it's like anything north of, you're talking 55 to 60, that's going to raise some eyebrows in the league, man.
All I hear from people is say, pay the man, give him whatever he wants. That's all I hear everywhere.
I mean, John, look at there's a part of me that says, yeah, you're going to have to pay the dude whatever he wants because what else are you going to do?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, what else is good going to do? Say, nope, Clifford's our starter going forward.
Now, personally, do I think he deserves all that right now? No, I don't. I'd rather have him take a 50 mil, maybe 48 right now. This way we can get, you know what I mean? Let's try to win some Super Bowls, man. You need money in that fucking cap, But worry about your next time to fucking get all your money.
I mean, that's the question. Is like with these quarterbacks, what's the cap at this year? Was it 250 or just over that?
Yeah, just a hair over.
I mean,
I'm going to say this. I say this again, man. If you're the guy standing out there getting chased by guys like Max Crosby all fucking day long, you want to get paid because he takes one of those hits, it could end his career, man. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. I mean, you definitely got to get paid if you're taking hits from guys like Max Crosby, Montez Sweat, Spider-Man, all these guys. I get it. Bro. Yeah. But if you want to win rings, you got to have teammates who are comparable or that are good as well. And that's always the balance of a GM, right? Spending that big money on those key players while still having money to get comparable or to get competent players to fill the rest of those needs a team has. The team needs more than a quarterback and an edge rusher.
Give him a Mahomes deal. They gave Mahomes the money 3 or 4 years ago, and now it's low. I mean, he's still on the same deal. It's comparable to the team, and they can add pieces to it. It's the same thing. We need to get Jordan Love locked in. Once he's locked in for 5 to 10 years, the money's going to work itself out. We'll be able to put pieces around him.
Okay, right now we're actually in every position. Right now we got good depth in every position. The offensive line could probably use a little more, but that's the only point that I think is the offensive line. But anyways, we're pretty much stacked for a while. We're good for a while.
Your pass protect is good, John. John, your pass protect was ranked 10th in the league last year. I mean, granted, you lost Runyon, right? Who was the guy?
Runyon.
You lost Runyon. That I don't know, but you were still ranked 10th. I mean, your run block could improve. Yes, I agree. But Josh Jacobs does that himself. He improves your
Morgan's
run block
been
on your line.
using right guard quite a bit, so I think he might be our new right guard.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I can agree with you though, John. I mean, I'm kind of agreeing with you that your O line could use some help. I mean, they weren't bad last year on pass protect. They could, but they get better on run protect just by Josh Jacobs being there.
To me,
because
that's where you do not slack as an offensive line and defensive line. You do not slack on that. That's just like a line. I got something right here. I want to say something real quick. Now, I seen an article today about the Lions fucking come out Hutchinson, all that shit. All right, Lion fans, I'm going to tell you straight the fuck up right here, right now. You got Hutchinson. Then after Hutchinson, you got fucking nobody. You got nobody. I mean,
for the Browns, pretty good.
What?
He means just on the defensive line.
He's talking just on the defensive line.
Pass rushers.
There's an article in the huddle today about Gary and
after
Hutch.
And actually, Hutch kind of got not. I don't want to say he got completely exposed or contained, but after that first Bears game, teams kind of figured out. The Bears figured out how to contain him for the majority of the game. and other teams did too because
Zach Thompson played against them.
Because here's the problem they have, like with John saying, after Hutch, who do you got? And the Bears really we're not much better, right? We got Sweat, but who do we got on the other side of Sweat? Now we got an interior guy who came on towards the end of the year as a rookie.
Okay.
But
here's the thing. If Hutch goes down, they're screwed.
What do they got?
So,
yeah.
If Rashawn Gary goes down, it's already proven. If Rashawn Gary goes down, we don't miss a beat. We really don't miss a beat.
Well, no, if Rashawn Gary goes down, you guys slow up.
Not really, man.
That's a big engine to replace.
Yeah,
we got Preston, we got Van Ness, no, not really, man.
Yeah, Van Ness being able to slide right in makes the loss.
Bro, I heard Van Ness plays better on the inside.
Down.
I heard Van Ness plays better on the inside. They're gonna move him around on the inside.
Saying, we're more settled to take it like an injury like that. We're more, you know what I mean?
But I mean, when you lose a big engine like that. The problem is with losing a big engine, you are losing production because
it's just like
he makes everyone around him better. Right? Those big engines make everyone better. So if we lose Montez, right? Dexter Gervin came on really good as a rookie at the end of the year. Does Dexter Gervin have the success he had towards the end of the year and is a better interior lineman without Montez? Well, no, because even if the backup comes in and does an admirable job, you're still going to see drop off. I mean, if you lose those big engines, you are getting drop off.
Yeah. I mean, you got to remember right there next to him.
And then our old safety that you got, Owens.
In 2022, when we lost Gary, John. We lost Gary in 2022. We dropped off. I mean, that's why we lost to the Lions. I truly believe we lost to the Lions in that we lost Gary at the end of the season. It was missed.
Going back to the Lions, Hutch is still a big deal, but not as big of a deal as he was early. I mean, he kind of fell off the second half of last year.
On the Lions' defense, Houston was not supposed to be an injury-prone player. That's where they were hoping to get some pass rush from Houston. That guy just hasn't delivered. I'm sorry.
Yeah, A-Dub, if you get, and you know what's good about what A-Dub's saying, because the Bears are somewhat a similar boat. We got a lot of guys on rookie deals. It's good and it's bad, right? It's good if they keep producing like they did in their rookie year or their second year. Even with the Bears last year, Brisker had some drop off, but it wasn't significant. It was negligible. You didn't notice it watching the individual games, but when you looked at numbers for the year, he had drop off in some ways. I mean, that's good, but then where it's bad is they all come up, and then you just hope that they're layered in such a way that it's every year it's okay, I only got to take care of 2 or 3 guys. I don't have to take care of 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
And Green Bay, you're in that situation right now, and the Bears are in that situation. Actually, Detroit is somewhat in that situation, right? And the Vikings, they're just a whole other mess.
See, it's like the receiver. Okay, say Moore goes down, you guys. It ain't really. You still got Allen. You still got
Allen and the Dunes.
Which you didn't have that kind of depth before. So
no.
You guys
it showed last year. It showed last year.
St. Brown goes down. What is Lions got?
They'll say JMO, but JMO is still is like your Christensen. He's he's got all the talent in the world, but prove it. Consistently prove it.
Bro, do you guys all see that video of him in practice beating 2 guys? Come on, man.
Yeah, but we saw Chase Claypool beating guys last year in practice, too.
I'm being an asshole, bro.
I know. But, I mean, that's what I love about camp. It's everyone's oh, my God, camp. I mean.
I know. Camp makes everybody look like superstars.
I mean, look, I'll admit, though, that the video they posted yesterday of Caleb throwing off platform in an awkward position, the little dime he threw.
It looked Rodgers-esque. And the catch on the sideline was good too, bro.
Yeah, for me though, when I saw that one Caleb throw, I was like, ooh, because we don't see shit like that. Most of our quarterbacks are left, right, north, south, not these weird off-platform Mahomes looking things.
I'm gonna tell you,
this is why the Bears took him number 1. And I'm like, okay, now if you do that in a game, right, for 10 yards and a first down, now we're cooking with butter. I mean, it looks cool at practice, but let me see that in a game before.
How many of those diving catches is that old man going to be able to take, man? That's a lot on your body throwing your. He was a great catch, bro. Honest to God, great catch. But taking those catches like that all season long,
he threw his platform ball to DJ Moore the other day. That was it sailed a little bit, but he was still in stride.
I have no doubt he can throw the ball. I have no doubt he's gonna throw the ball.
Yeah.
Actually,
how well he does with accuracy and under pressure is going to be the question.
I mean, we're going to have a fun season between the unknowns of Caleb, the unknowns of because there are unknowns with Love. Now, maybe we don't see those unknowns. Maybe this season you get lucky, right? But we're going to have a fun season in the North with the quarterbacks.
Did you see Justin Fields' 50-yard bomb?
Yeah, I seen that too, bro.
Dude, the Bears, we might be getting lucky with that because Russell's hurt and Fields is taking over.
Fields is taking over in practice. He's like,
you get an extra fourth or something like that, don't you?
Because we need him to take 51% of the snaps to make it a fourth-round pick.
Can you imagine what the hell that would do to Russell Wilson's career if he ends up being the backup to Fields?
But dude, I mean, honestly though, I mean, think about 2 years ago. When Russ made the move to Denver, no one gave it any thought. He was worth the money, it was worth the trade, blah, blah, blah. Now fast forward to year 3 of this, and he's about to be supplanted by Justin Fields and become the cheapest, most expensive backup in the NFL.
Oh, he's going to be supplanted.
Which,
definitely put his name out there.
If Fields can take this Steelers team and be successful, I mean, what does that say then? I mean, if this happened, if let's say Justin Fields wins the starting position in Pittsburgh, that adds a whole nother wrinkle to us trading him away and drafting Caleb Williams, right? Because it puts more pressure on Caleb in a way, doesn't it? Because the Fields is getting it done in Pittsburgh. Now Caleb has to get it done, or why do we trade and draft him?
Yeah. It only puts more pressure on you guys. Why'd you guys get rid of him? Imagine what kind of haul you could have got for the number 1 this year.
Yeah, I know. Well, dude, I was saying it. I was saying it, and it would have been a haul. And A-Dub though, they do have the best backfield in the division right now.
Yeah, right now they do.
That's
until we see how the rest of the team.
That's how we see how these new rooms
you guys
work
added to your backfield. I mean,
if Jacob goes back to 22 for him, we should have no problem.
The Vikings, they lost all their backfield from last year and redid everybody, right? They got Jones.
Well, no, they kept Jameer and Monty. I mean, those two guys as a tandem are great.
The Vikings.
Oh, the Vikings.
You guys.
Yeah.
I'm saying everybody added, but the Lions. Everybody added to their running game, but the Lions. The Lions did it last year. The Lions revamped their entire running game last year.
Well, A-Dub clarified that. He said that would be their fallback if they said they didn't have a wide receiver room.
Yeah.
They can also, you're right about that.
How are we going to say there's an argument to be made between him and Hawkinson, but it's an argument.
And you almost, I mean, look, I'm not trying to be a homer when I say this, but you got to have the Chicago.
I'll give you a
there too.
Good, but I don't think he's at their level yet.
I mean,
definitely Williams, he might be, but right now I think he's
he's in the argument. I would say he's got to be in the discussion on some level. Career year last year for him.
When they gave up Hawk to the Vikings, I thought, what the fuck are they doing?
And
then they pull this guy. Then they got Laporta.
Yeah, but you know what, though? The Hawk trade, I get it, because the Hawk needed a change of scenery.
That was for money.
Yeah, and it was a change of scenery for him.
Yeah.
He needed a change of scenery.
But I never would have thought they would have got recovered so quickly. I mean, Laporta is legit, bro.
What is
it that Laporta's legit, or is that he's perfect for the scheme that they brought him to?
Okay,
I don't think
it is. It's just like what's his name, Jimmy Graham. He was great in New Orleans, bro, but when he left New Orleans, he left that system. He wasn't shit. We couldn't do nothing with him. You guys couldn't do nothing with him. I mean, he was. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Some guys are system guys. Some guys are system guys, and that's just it.
I mean, and we'll see how Laporta does this year because I mean,
it's like Tunyon. He had one good year with the Favre, and after that, boom. After his injury, it's never the same.
You know what I love about Tunyon? He's made the complete tour now, right?
Yeah, he's like everybody.
He's from Chicago.
I always and the sad thing is he's going to end up getting time with the Vikings because of Hawk being injured.
Well, yeah.
I mean, look, he's a solid backup. I mean, look with the Bears. I think the Bears upgraded our backup tight end, right? We got a very quarterback-friendly tight end that everywhere he's gone has made quarterbacks better and been a solid, just hey, you can dump the ball to me, guy. Whereas maybe Tunyon wasn't that, right? But Tunyon is not a terrible backup to have either, though.
Yeah, they did go to tight end.
Yeah.
That's
they
true.
did.
True about that. They grow them in Iowa. They grow them there. They grow them there.
Yeah, but we got
see how
double
he
barrel,
does
man. We got Kraft and Musgrave. We got double barrel.
Yeah.
If we could get them going.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, when I think of the Packers, what's going to be interesting for them this season is not even necessarily Jordan Love. It's not necessarily the running game. We know Josh Jacobs is good. It's this receiving core by committee and how that plays out against defenses who are ready for receiving core by committee more so this year than they were last year because, you know, now they kind of know what the Packers' deal is. So how good is one of these guys going to separate to become a legit, you know, one or two, or are they going to be, was last year a flash in the pan, or is this going to be a recipe that of continued success that other teams will then copycat, get rid of the big payday wide receivers? I mean, to me, that's going to be an interesting story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's all going to be that LaFleur's play calling is going to leave these guys massively open again, because even Tony Romo was sitting there talking about none of the names really pop or that, but when you go back and watch the film, they've got like 3-4 yards of separation.
Yeah, they're wide open,
and it's insane.
And the thing is they're not these aren't the most skilled wide receivers creating separation on their own. The scheme creates it for them, which now the Bears have gone the other route, right? Like, I don't know, maybe the scheme will create openings, but we went out and got 2 wide receivers, one in the draft and one in free agency, that with the one we already got can create themselves openings with a tight end that can create openings. So we've done the opposite, right? We've gone receiver by committee, but guys who, well, I won't say the opposite because we don't know, but compared to last year's offense, if it was last year's offense, now we got a bunch of guys who can create separation to create openings, whereas the scheme doesn't have to. Now, if the scheme does it on top of that, then the Bears will have kind of copycatted Green Bay's receiver by committee just with higher skill guys, which is going to make that really interesting. And then you get into the whole Caleb Love, offensive line. I mean, there's a lot of cool stories for the NFC North this year. I can see why we're getting so much coverage.
The story in Green Bay will be is like when all these wide receivers that we got all at the same time, all in 1 year, they're all going to come due almost at the same time. And how they handle keeping some of these guys is going to be
that's a good question, because do any of them we'll look at the receiving contract, so that any of these guys by committee deserve a contract north of $20 million a year?
Well, that's going to be the question.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can sign them all cheap, then we can probably do it.
We got Watson and Dobbs coming up.
They're first,
So between Watson and Dobbs right now, I'd say you keep Dobbs, and Watson is like, you try, bud.
It depends on his year.
Actually, Watson's
going to
probably
depend on
pretty
this
cheap.
year for sure. It's definitely going to depend on how it goes this year. Green Bay will be counting on different wide receivers can have a big game than they had last season. Yeah,
that's the whole receiver by committee. So, like with these guys at the end of the year, that you got 2 guys looking for contracts, right? I mean, is this a deal where Green Bay says, "Look, I'm going to give you $15 million a year, take it or leave it, because I can just replace you in the draft"? Are these that kind of receiver, or any of these guys a receiver that's like, no, I need to hold on to one?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, another thing I like about Lloyd, our new running back, he has an 18-yard average in catching. 18 yards.
Oh yeah, that's who Caleb's running. That was Caleb's running back in college. So that's probably why that's like that, because Caleb liked to throw, bro.
Yeah.
So
18 yards.
Probably why he's average guy.
And last year, Caleb had only but him and one wide receiver to draft to throw to, and his best wide receiver didn't go till the 6th round. So I mean, I think that's when Rice went. So I mean, those were the targets. I mean, I don't know if those numbers stay the same in the pro game for them, but it's a good stat to have coming in.
Yeah.
Here we go. I like A comments here.
Yeah, no, A-Dub does not believe Dobbs has done enough yet. I mean, as far as like the wide receivers, I think he's the most that I think has done the most for our, but has he done enough to be a one or a two?
Dobbs has the most touchdowns of the group, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
How many of those times
Watson's actually not too far behind.
But with Dobbs, it's like, you look at his, like, let's say, I don't know the number, but let's say sake argument. He's got like 20 touchdowns, but he's like 500 yards. It's a lot of short yardage touchdowns is what he's got, if I remember correctly. He doesn't have a lot of yardage, just a lot of short red zone-ish, which is important nonetheless.
Yeah.
But does he warrant more than 20 million?
I think he's kind of the designated security blanket for Jordan Love for the offense, is when you need that couple few yards to move the change or to get the touchdown. That's the guy he's looking for.
Could I just go out the draft and get some kid from Alabama or FSU or UCLA to replace him?
It's hard to find somebody reliable enough that you trust when everything's breaking down.
Well, I mean, it's not like Dobbs has big-time speed. It's not like he has big-time breakaway. It's not like he creates big-time separation. He's Tom Waddle for Bears fans. He's a slow, secure guy who's got secure hands.
Yeah, he's got damn good hands, and he's a pretty good.
There's a lot of those, but those guys are a dime in the dozen in the draft. The ones that aren't a dime in a dozen are the guys like Yeah, I mean, look at your guys who aren't a dime a dozen are the guys who are fast with separation and good hands. Your guys who are slow, don't create separation, have great hands. They're a dime a dozen. Your Dobbs and Waddle.
Dobbs might not have blazing speed, but he's definitely not slow. He's still got some wheels under him.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not like
Dobbs can run a route, bro. He's a route runner. Yeah, he's
not hard to replace, I guess, is what I'm saying. Though, if he gets to be too expensive,
he doesn't have breakaway speed. He's just
he's a guy. He's got a 50-50 ball. He's coming down with it.
Yep.
I guess that's the thing that might make him worth money. That might make him a little bit harder if there's not a good 50-50 ball guy. But let's face it, when you look at the PFF grades at these middle of the round receivers who are average speed, run good routes, don't really get separation, but they get 50-50 balls and have sure hands. I mean, those guys are almost a dime a dozen. So, if Dobbs is the best one for contract capabilities, then I don't see any of them getting over 20 million. Yeah.
Hey,
he's not wrong.
Maybe the management will actually get Jordan Love a first-round receiver at some point in his career.
But why? I mean, you guys are showing you don't have to. I mean, it's
to have somebody like Justin Jefferson.
I know. I get the irony. I'm saying that with the top 10 pick wide receiver in Rome Odunze, and I think, having DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, I'm sitting there saying, well, you don't need it, but you, in a way,
to kind of go off your analogy from earlier, you can have a bunch of Mustangs, but wouldn't you rather have a Ferrari slip in there?
Ferraris, yeah.
I don't know. I'd rather take that first round and use it on an offensive lineman.
I personally don't like using the first round on offensive linemen. I'd rather get them.
I do. Well, it depends what your needs are, Ken. Like if you need a left tackle, you want to take him in the first round because then you're getting immediate impact.
If we could have got Joe Aldro, we would have gave up anything for Joe.
I would give for somebody like
Bears got to go up and get a
generational guy. Absolutely.
Like if you need a guy
or left tackle,
if you need a guy today, though. Yeah, but if you need a guy today, you're going to grab a lineman in the first round. If you can wait a year or two on a guy, you can grab him in the second or third.
Yeah, that's what I like to do, is get them a year or two early before you got the problem.
I'm hoping the Bears are out of the first round O-lineman carousel at this point. And look at the need was center, and right now they're not talking. They won't talk to Tevin Jenkins about an extension, and I don't blame them because they're like, well, let's see you be healthy first, right? Or they may give up on Tevin Jenkins, and then we're taking a left tackle. Right? Or left guard, he's a left guard. So, I hope we get out of that carousel. These guys stay healthy. That's the other problem, is keeping these guys healthy, it seems. Like, like Zach Tom, you guys got a good one him. I wanted us to draft him, and you guys got him.
Walker, but another little one, Walker. I think he was a 7th rounder, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, our centers are all brand new to the team this year, so hopefully one of the three pans out for a while. We can get into this drafting linemen in the second and third, so you can go after edges and weapons in the first.
Yeah,
You know?
that's what I like to use the first round on is your skill position guys.
I'll tell you what, though, I can't wait to the Hall of Fame game for one reason only. I want to see the new kickoff rule in play.
Exactly.
I'm excited about seeing that too. I want to see how that goes too.
Yeah.
I want to see how many games.
They have Jacobs returning kicks. Who else did they say they had returning
They
kicks?
had
There's a lot of
AJ
crazy people. Tyreek
Yes,
might do it.
yes.
Quarterbacks
Oh
might
Can
do
you
it.
imagine Tyreek Hill returning a kick?
Bro, why not? Why not?
Oh.
It's no difference in him playing just wide receivers because they're not bearing down on him.
No.
You're not gonna take a blind hit.
I'm saying it's almost unfair at that point.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
it was really unfair about like guys like Cordero Patterson who could do it under the old rule. Think how much more effective he is under the new rule.
Well, like Nixon.
That's
Just
like
like
us
Nixon.
having Keyshawn Nixon. He was the all-pro kick returner and the number one in the league. I cannot wait to see what the hell he's going to do with this.
It's going to be. I mean, we might see a lot of running backs doing kickoffs now. We might be seeing wide receivers with splits. I mean, I can't wait to see this in application. And then they're talking about design plays, running like a guy like Justin Fields out there, a mobile quarterback who can get the ball, throw it to the other side of the field on a designed play, and having designed return plays now. It's like whoever. I mean, we've heard of design schemes, but having a designed play? Are you kidding me?
It's gonna be a blast watching the first one done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, first.
I'm excited about it. I'm definitely stoked.
And I wonder how many games this year are going to be a game like where it'd be like San Francisco and Washington, where we would be like, yeah, Washington has no chance, and end up winning the game because of the kickoff rule.
It's going to be awesome. I think you're going to have a lot of kickoff returns this year. I think kickoff is going to be back where it belongs. Back in the day, man, you used to be scared when you kicked off.
Oh, yeah.
These days, you ain't scared of shit, man. The guys are just going to kick it in the end zone. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what it is going to do, though, like with this new rule, because remember, it used to be if it bounced in bounds and went out of bounds, it was a flag. Now, though, if it's in the zone and it does that, it's down where it goes out. So if you got a kicker,
there should be no fair catch balls unless that. I mean, you're got to kick it way out of the back of the end zone for that. That's the only way they're gonna. Because I don't care if it's 10 yards deep in the end zone. Take that motherfucker out. There ain't nobody can move until you catch it. Just take it out. It don't matter.
Guys, what do you want to bet? Some of these guys are going to take the ball off the tee and use their punters, who can angle it to the 2-yard line and out of bounds now.
You got to have somebody with a hell of a leg at that point.
We do,
bro, but even then, you got to hope that.
Well, not everybody spent a 4th-round pick on their punter.
But there are a couple guys like him in the league, right? I mean, you got some punters. Your punter was pretty good a couple years back at doing that. I mean, if you got a punter who's good at directional punting, they may take the ball off the tee and let these punters try to angle it to the 3, 4, 5-yard line. Because if I understand the rule correctly, and A-Dub, you might know better because you also probably sit Peter looking this up as we're talking about it. But if their ball drops within that zone box and then goes out of bounds, it's just like the punt. Wherever it bounced in bounds and goes out is where you get it. So if you've got a punter that you can now use on kickoffs, you can angle it and have it bounce at the 2 and go out. I'm pinning you at the. I just scored a touchdown on you, and I'm pinning you at the 2-yard line. Woo.
So if you don't hit a box, and it goes out of bounds, it's at the 40,
zone.
Right? It's at the 40.
If it goes out the end zone, I think it goes to the 25 or 30. If it drops, if it drops in another area, it's the 40. If it does another thing, it's the 40. If it drops in the box and goes out, then wherever I think it hit and goes out of bounds, it's just like a punt. So in theory, because we've been looking at this as the point of returns, but dude, what about this? I just scored a touchdown on you and pinned you at the 2-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that changer. Now you get a situation where last year the Packers didn't do themselves any favors, trapped in their own red zone, right? And they were terrible at getting out of the red zone. When they were in their own red zone, they were 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. They were one of the worst in the league in that. That's one thing the Packers were bad at offensively. It was when they had the ball within their own 20 on a kickoff or a punt. So now imagine I put up 7 on you, and now I pin Jordan Love in the offense down at the 2-yard line on the ensuing kickoff. Dude, that could change games right there.
Man, imagine how bad you could run up the score. You get a touchdown, get it down one at the 1-2, get a safety. Then you get the ball back from after the safety and score again.
Well, even that, I pin you deep and you go 3 and out. And now when you punt the ball, I'm maybe getting at your 40, and now I get a short field and I get to do it again. And now I pop another score on you and would say I pin you again. Yeah. I mean, kickers in the NFL are better than kickers in the XFL or USL or UFL, whatever they're calling that league now.
Holy shit, the landing zone is the whole red zone.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but there's a zone that's between.
The landing zone is the area between the receiving team's goal line and the 20-yard line. That's the
that's it right there.
Zone.
Yeah,
that's where the landing zone is. So all the kicker has to do is hit it inside that 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I but Rob, think about it this way, dude. I diagonally. So now you have to have 2 returners guarding both end lines.
Yeah,
sidelines. So if I diagonally punt the ball or kick the ball to your 3-yard line, it hits in bounds and goes out, you're stuck at the 3 or the 2.5 or whatever. So if you think you can have one return guy back there, you can't. That's why they're talking about throwing a quarterback on one side.
All right, here, I'm going to go over this with you real quick because this is the landing zone rules. This is for this new area that we're talking about. Landing zone is the area between the – all right, I told you that. Any kick that hits short of the landing zone is treated like a kickoff out of bounds, and the ball is spotted at the 40-yard line. So if it doesn't hit the landing zone, it's at the 40. So play would be blown dead as soon as possible, and then it would move to there. Any kick that hits in the landing zone must be returned. So if it hits in the landing zone, it's a live ball. It has no choice.
So what if it hits at the 1-yard line, then rolls into the end zone?
I'm going to get to it. Any kick that hits in the landing zone and then goes into the end zone must be returned or downed by the receiving team because it's a live ball. Mm-hmm. If down, then it goes to the 20-yard line. So if you muff it, if you take it in and let it go to the end zone and then down it there, it goes to the 20.
Okay.
Right? Not the 30. Let's see.
What if it hits in the 1 and goes through the end zone?
It hits the end zone and stays in bounds. It doesn't leave the end zone. It has to be returned or down. If not, it's a touchback to the 30. Then it goes to the 30. So if it doesn't hit the landing zone, it just goes straight into or doesn't leave the end zone. I guess that's what it is.
Right. Yeah. So basically, if you put the ball in the end zone and it stays in the end zone or goes out of bounds, it goes to the 30.
Yes, goes to the 30 then. All right. Any kick that goes out of the back of the end zone in the air or bounces out is a touchback and automatically goes to the 30. So you can still, if you don't want the guy to return it, kick it out of the back of the end zone. If you got that kind of play.
You have to have 3 guys now.
Yeah, that still didn't address what Ken was talking about. If it hits at the 1, 2, 5, 15
it goes out of bounds.
It doesn't matter. Any kick that lands in the landing zone. So anything between the goal line and the 20
goes out.
If it goes out of bounds, all right. Any kick that hits the landing zone and then goes into the end zone. All right, let's see. Hold on.
It go to a touch.
Yeah, no. Any kick that hits short, that's short. Hold on. Any kick. All right, I read it. I know I did. Kick that hits in the end. Oh, no, that's the end zone. Any kick that goes out of the back. No, that's still the same thing. Any kick that hits in the landing zone and then goes into the end zone must be returned or down.
We know that.
If down. Yeah. No. Yeah.
They don't say it.
I don't hear it. Yeah. The miscellaneous. There is no. There. I don't. Yeah. No fair catch or signal. No fair catch or signal is allowed, so you can't call a fair catch. That's out. Officials can only call the play dead, so nobody can stop the play but the officials.
You have to cover now the center and the wings on any kickoff. You can't just one guy back there.
Onside kicks and everything too. If conditions cause the ball to fall off the tee twice, then the kicker will be allowed to use a kicking stick to keep the ball in place. So no more having the guy hold it. They have to bring out a stick.
That's good. That's better.
So that's better. I think that's better.
Okay, can you drop kick it or punt style it?
All right, I'll get to that. Onside kick. The fourth quarter begins. The team trailing has the opportunity to declare an onside kick to the officials. So you have to still declare it.
Oh, so it's only in the fourth quarter?
Only in the fourth quarter when it begins, yes. Current onside kick rules would apply if onside kick goes beyond the setup zone untouched. Kicking team penalized for the return team would start the drive at the 20. So that's the all right. The penalties, setup zone.
That's a big change because remember, like to open the second half of the Super Bowl, the Saints did an onside kick, and that's what won the Super Bowl. So that's gone.
Yeah, you can't do it now until the fourth quarter. Yeah, it's only when the fourth quarter begins. The team trailing has the opportunity. Only the trailing team.
Oh,
I am just wondering, though, what they didn't cover. Like, what if the ball hits the 5-yard line and goes out the touchline, not the end zone? Does it go to the 20? Does it go to the 30? Or does it go out? Or does it stay at the 5? Because if I can pin you deep, that's what I'm instructing my kickers to do. Angle that bitch every time.
Yep.
And angle it to the weakest of the two returners.
Yep.
Either that or you're going to have teams having somebody like Jordy Nelson toe tapping and throwing it back to the other guy.
Bro, but if your kicker doesn't at least hit inside the 20, that's it, bro. Any kick that hits short of the landing zone is treated like a kickoff out of bounds, and the ball will be spotted at the 40.
So you got to get it.
So if you don't hit it, if you don't hit inside the 20, you're fucking.
There's no more squib kicks now.
Yes, no more squibs.
Yeah, I guess it would be no more
line
squibs.
drive shots, no more none of that. That's what that says. Any kick that hits short of the landing zone is treated like a kickoff out of bounds, and the ball will be spotted at the 40-yard line. Play would be blown dead as soon as the kick lands short of the landing zone. So there's your answer. If they don't hit the landing zone, so they're forcing them to make them play in a 20-yard area.
Is that where the ball stops or where it hits?
Yeah.
The second it hits the ground, if it's before the landing zone, they blow it dead.
Short of the landing zone, because they have to hit it inside the 20, so they have to get it in the red zone. Okay. Holy, I like this rule. This is like making kickers actually.
Man. It's really fun.
I'm saying
kickers are going to have to start earning money again.
I mean, but
there you go, bro. You can't kick it short of the landing zone. If it's short of the landing zone, it's like giving a ball at the 40.
But think about it. If you got a guy who can angle kicks and drop it at the 5-yard line consistently, and he hits the 5-yard line, it goes out, I can pin you deep every time.
I like that. You're the receiver now. You only got to cover a 20-yard area. Like, how long is the field of wide? 20 by what? 20? I mean,
yeah, but what's the air time going to be on that ball? 3 seconds?
Well, but are you going to risk making it short of the landing zone? Or are you going to make sure it's got plenty of air to go past the
It's going to be interesting to see what these guys, how many guys get, how many they get returned, how many get pinned deep.
Yeah.
How many guys just say, fuck it, I'm going to make sure it hits at the 1-yard line, swivel in the end zone, so it's a touchback for 20. There's a lot more strategy with kickoffs now than there used to be.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I'm impressed. I like this rule. I'm glad I looked this up.
I mean,
I'm glad
you make the rule until it screws over your own team.
Like, how many games are we going to see where it's two teams that are completely different trajectories? One's phenomenal, one sucks ass. And the suck-ass team's going to win because of this kickoff.
This might prove Pauls is a genius because he foreseen that you need to have a good kicker.
Our punting last year was ranked 28th in the league. We needed a new punter.
But your
this
kicker,
kid could be brilliant.
Santos was your MVP. That guy was awesome for you guys.
Santos still is a field goal kicker. We just got to do punter.
Well, that's who's got to put it in the 20, right?
No, the punter could do it.
Yeah, a punter or a kicker can.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Actually, anyone can.
Whoever's more accurate. Who can put it inside the landing zone?
Doing it one year.
Like Chad Johnson could do it if he was still playing.
Wow.
I mean, Rob, you can't.
The kickoff by rule doesn't have to be a place kicker or a punter. It can be anyone on the roster. Your wide receiver can be your kicker, your quarterback, a lineman.
The ball just has to be in the landing zone or past it. The ball has to either go in the landing zone or past it. You cannot be short.
I'll tell you who's probably pretty good is Dallas, because they got that guy who's drafted in MLS.
Yeah.
I bet he's going to be good for them. Yeah. The former soccer player kickers are going to be pretty good.
Well, this could be why guys are pulling these other kickers from other leagues.
That's right.
They have to be accurate.
Dallas went all in.
Dallas went all in. Accurate as fuck. You want a soccer player. This is where you want a soccer player who's accurate as fuck and can put a ball in the. Holy shit.
No, Dorn, Mbappe will not play for the Packers. He's making too much money playing soccer. You can't have Messi either. I doubt they'll take the money. But you know who you might
get? With Rob then. Well, Rob do it. Screw it. Yeah, Kelly Brown out there kicking, and then ball gets taken away from him.
I'm telling you, I mean, this kickoff rule is going to be it's going to be a fun season between the kickoff rule, just the NFC North with all the different things going on there with the receiving rooms and quarterbacks and
can't even
dude, this division is going to be fun.
If you can drop the ball in the landing zone, I mean, they have to take it. That's why it says it must be taken. If you don't do something with it, the other team's going to get it.
So the risk is, obviously the goal is probably to hit the 10-yard line. The risk is, do you want to go for the 5 and risk going through the end zone? Well, I guess you're fine there too, as long as it doesn't go out the end zone. You're fine because they still got to return it or down it at the 20. But I mean, so there are some kind of like
that's crazy, man.
Safeguards for the kicking team, I guess, in that regard. But like, if you could put the ball on the 5 and have it bounce out of bounds and pin them at the 5, well, shit.
They still got the safety kick. They still got the penalties. The penalties on scoring plays will not carry over and will be taken on the try. Ooh. Penalties on the try may carry over. If they do, only the placement of the kicker will change. Setup zone and landing zone will not change with any penalties. The carryover to kick
That's
off.
where the penalties are going to get.
Yeah.
Kickers.
So the
alignment of the 10. Well, you have to. It also says the players have to keep 1 foot on their own line, and you cannot move until the ball hits the ground or touched by the other player.
That's for both teams, right? The only guy who can move is the receiver to catching the ball.
Yes. The 10 players.
Blockers can't move until he catches
all
it. All
kicking team players, other than the kicker, will line up with 1 foot on the receiving team's 40-yard line. So they're all going to be having 1 foot on the 40.
So we're going to have offsides quite a bit beginning of the season.
Well, wait, the kicker cannot cross the 50-yard line until the ball touches the ground or the player in the landing zone or the end zone.
Hey, but look, at least there's good news if you're a Detroit Lions fan. You won't have to worry about any of this because you guys never
wait a minute. You understand what that means, right? That means when the kicker kicks the ball, he can keep running.
He can.
He's the only guy that can keep running. So the kicker is
but he's also like what?
I will have first crack.
Could you imagine a hamstring? Crosby was still doing it with his old ass. Watching him down there.
Rob, like 10, 20 yards behind the line, though. He's well behind everyone else.
Bro, that's what this rule means, though. It says the kicker cannot cross the 50-yard line until the ball touches the ground or player in the landing zone or in the end zone. So the kicker has to stop at the 50. He cannot advance until that guy catches it or it hits the ground, and then he can keep going. But the kicker's going to get the first crack at the guy returning the ball. How much you want to bet they're going to find these
some kicker's going to go out for the season?
Guys like Janikowski are like, let me get back in the league and hit some people.
This is why they're bringing rugby players in. This is exactly why. That guy's going to be running down there solo and have a clean shot.
And we just lost our kicker for the year.
Get me a receiver.
Wow.
Where's the 10th
off the
receiver?
rails for these rules, bro. That's crazy. I haven't heard anybody talk about these rules. This is the first time we went in depth on them. We could have been talking about this for weeks ago.
We on the morning show we've talked about it a little stint, but
not this, bro. I pulled the rules. I said I want to know the new rules, and he gave me everything.
Well, we pulled up the zones and all that, but the question we still haven't answered, I think we've been asking since we started talking about in June or whatever, is can the ball hit the 5-yard line and go out the side and pin them at the 5-yard line?
I think as soon as it hits the ground, that's where it is. Either that guy's got to down it or he's got to run with it.
Right, but all the rules.
That's just it.
But none of the rules. But look, if the ball hits it down at the 3-yard line, it goes. Let's say we're in the left side. I hit the 3-yard line. The ball now is at the 2.5. The 2 crosses the touchline and is out of bounds. Is the ball down to 2, or does it go to the 20?
I think it's going to be down right there because they're designating that as the landing zone. It says any kick that hits in the landing zone must be returned. That's it.
So to me,
they're going to pin you right there. That's what that means. If it hits in the landing zone, so you could technically pin a guy at a 1 off a kickoff.
That's what I'm saying.
Holy fuck.
So think about it. You're the Packers who last year were terrible at this. You got to go, man, that better part of our offense better be improving this year. Because last year you guys were terrible.
If it doesn't hit inside that landing zone, bro, anything could happen. But if it hits in there, it says it must be returned. That's the rule. So the goal is to hit it in there.
Now you see why they want fast receivers and fast running backs back there who can cover a lot of ground. to make sure they don't get pinned down at the 2 to 3 to 5 yard line.
Yeah.
Bro, there's so many aspects to the kickoff now. It's not even funny. First, it's the whole angle, and if you get the right direction and drop it in the right spot, and
So a
then
team
the guy
like
gets the
Miami,
ball.
Miami's got
And then
speed
everybody
for
comes- and
days,
the kicker,
man.
Will the kicker? How quick will the kicker get to the guy returning it? That's my question.
And kickers
If,
kicker tackle.
if Stokes wasn't so injury prone, I'd love to have him back there, but I'm too afraid.
Yeah, he'll blow his shoulder out. Or
Oh, Melton. Oh, Melton. Oh,
Yeah,
Melton.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my God, bro.
Bo Melton and Keyshawn Nixon just sitting back there chomping.
Well, you know what they've been having, though? A.J. Dillon and Jacobs back there.
Who's the? I just want to see the kicker run down there and to make a tackle. Are you kidding me? You know the highlights we're going to see of the kicker making
I
tackles?
want to see I want to see a kicker run down there and just get pancaked by one of those kickers. You just see the kicker go skipping over.
NFL genius, they're genius. The only guy that gets really hurt in this is the kicker. Who gives a fuck? Get another one.
We got to get their value up.
He's
We
the
got to
only
get
guy.
their value up.
That's why you might see guys not use their. But you know what though? Would you throw Justin Tucker out there if you're Baltimore?
No, that's what I'm saying.
If I got Justin Tucker, I'm telling him you kick the ball and you stand right the fuck where you are and you do not move a muscle.
Yeah, you let
That's what I'm
everybody
saying. Like,
else
I
do
don't
it,
think I'd
bro.
want. Like I don't want to risk Santos get hurt going down and making
But
a play.
bro, the fact that they put that rule in and they can't cross the
I know.
50, that means somebody's already like thought that they
Thought
could
of
get
that.
across the 50 before, man.
Well,
I
like
mean,
look at the guy.
holy-
Look at the guy we drafted. I mean, look at the guy. The guy we drafted is not a small dude and played Aussie rules football growing up as a kid.
Yeah,
I mean, he's perfect for the
Bro,
situation. Not
he's
only
probably gonna be
can
licking
he
his
angle
chops.
the ball great, not only can he angle the ball great, but he's built and he can tackle and he's somewhat fast. And this rule kind of like protects other
I
teams
know.
from him.
We'll get Cooper to do our kickoffs.
somebody's gonna have to do it this tough as fuck, bro.
That's it. We're gonna start feeding Anders Carlson nothing but bull shark testosterone.
Hey, you know,
Oh, right
I like to see Tyreek Stevenson for the Bears because he hits like Sean Taylor. Let him get first crack, man. He'll knock someone in the next week. He'll probably get penalized for doing it, though. That's the only bad thing.
Oh,
Oh, well, fellas,
that's-
I got a jet. I got an event I got to be at in 3 minutes. So I'll see you guys Monday. Dorn, like the new background, even though I don't like Dorn a little bit. The new background looks better than your old one.
I know it's cool. It's
Thanks,
pretty cool, though, man. Honestly,
Yep. All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good
Yep.
weekend.
later.
we'll see it.
Now going.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah.
Bro, there's a lot of fucking rules, man. I like them. I like that.
Yeah. Actually, tell you the truth, I'm gonna go probably hit YouTube and fucking and actually watch a video on that and see how
Yeah.
how they run it.
Preferred.
You know.
That is really.
Now you got me thinking.
I mean, bro, now you go find you a headhunter kicker that can like kick the ball, run down there, and kill the guy.
Now you really want me to go Sunday to go watch practice and just go
Right.
watch special teams.
See how they're playing this. I have not heard one thing talked about on this. Wow.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
that was a good segment right there. I don't care what anybody says. I like reading.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
pretty
it was
good.
definitely interesting. All right, we've unfortunately hit that time there, guys. We want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks everyone for commenting. You have yourselves a wonderful night, and never forget, go Pack, go.
Back go.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Hey, this is Ahman Green, Green Bay Packers all-time leader in Russia. Bill, the Packer fan and Packer owner, Nick. They run a website for Packer news and updates, and I know Packer news hasn't been so great lately because we got some players that are not Packers anymore that you loved at one time, but you might hate a little bit right now.
Two great running backs. We have a competent offensive line.
He's saying that he felt in November and December that they didn't want him back.
Get a little safety in that position. Either we go.
There's no reason to believe we can't return, but
And they already came out. There's a couple guys that came out and said that Rodgers and so on was
Solution of it, and don't let them go for anything under than one.
And you know what, Packer fans? The Bears still suck. So go Pack, go, and good luck to you, Bill and Nick. Their website and their Packer News. Talk to you later.
It's a lot easier to come in and skip doing mop-up duty, but he threw the ball all. He kind of looked like Aaron Rodgers the way he was throwing the ball sidearm and just flicking the ribs and the ball was just jumping out of his hands. Agreed.
Hey everybody, this is Gerhard de Beer, former Green Bay Packer offensive lineman, and you're watching